Hi guys! Welcome to Twin Oracles here on YouTube. Thank you for stopping by and checking us out. We are truly grateful and thankful to each and every one of you. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing and for subscribing to Twin Oracles. Alright, Aries, we are here to do a reading for you. Although it says December, don't get too hung up on the time, because our intention is that this is a timeless reading, meaning whenever this video finds you, whether you watch it a year from now, 2 years from now, have faith and trust, that's when it will most resonate with you, okay? It is a general reading. Please accept what resonates, leave what does not, and it is for entertainment purposes only, okay? You never want to watch a tarot reading or, go to a psychic and base all your life decisions on what you hear, okay? Always follow your inner compass, your inner guide first and foremost. Now, if you hear me say he, maybe it could be a she we're talking about. If you hear us say you, maybe it's someone else is talking about you, right? Or vice versa. Feel free to reverse the roles if and wherever need be. You know what I mean. All right, so we're gonna hop on in. We'll clear the energies. Take a moment to give thanks. Take a deep breath. And slow yourself down. Dear God, Source, Spirit, Universe, thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for all of our blessings, big and small. We're grateful for all of it. Thank you for the roofs over our heads, the food in our tummies, the loved ones in our lives. Help us to keep our eyes open in awareness and our hearts filled with gratitude. Help us to move forward in a non-judgmental way and move and walk in unconditional love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Aries, I will be using the Tarot Gals by Chris Lee. And I will be using the Sanctus Concordia Tarot deck by Christopher Lee. And linked down below is Chris Lee's website, direct website, where you can take advantage of a 10% savings on anything that you decide to purchase for yourself on Chris Lee's website. So visit that link down below where you can take advantage of that generous offer and opportunity that Chris Lee has for you of a 10% savings. All right, Aries, let's see what is going on. Now, for some of you, you could have been that person in your family that was the black sheep, the one that always told the truth, the one that always did the right thing. And, perhaps you were always treated differently. And perhaps you find as you grow up, now that you've grown up, within your family dynamic, there is conflict now, okay? Because you're older now and you know who you are and you like to stand your ground and you're no longer giving your power away to other people that are trying to control or manipulate situations or lie, or just not live in a pure, just fashion or manner, okay? So I'm sensing there's a little bit of conflict. There's a little bit of, head-butting, perhaps within your family, or, it could be friends as well. If you've had a childhood friend and you've grown up all these years, maybe there's some bud-heading there where you're your own person now and you've grown and you've developed yourself, and maybe some people aren't too accepting of this new person that you have become. So my first card out is the Strength card. And the Strength card talks about grit. It talks about courage. It talks about resilience. When in your element, you have the strength of a lion, the courage. There's something here to be said. Following the Strength card, let's move to that actually. Following the Strength card, we have the Four of Swords, okay? So it feels as though, you're tired. You've been through it all. You've been through a lot, and you're at this point where you just need some rest. It's time to rest. It's time to relax. It's time to rejuvenate. It is time to do you, because you've spent a lot of time having to find the courage and the strength to move forward from everything that you've been through. And it was tough, it was challenging, it was a lot, it was heavy. And you kept pushing forward, you kept moving forward. And just that in itself, treading against the waters, right? Like imagine you're a surfer and a wave takes you under and you're trying to swim against that wave, against that current. That's tiring, and that takes a lot of effort. And in the midst of all of that, putting this smile on your face is something that not many people can do. It takes a special person to go through what you've been through, okay? And I want you to know that not everyone can do what you did. So it's time to take a moment to first, pat yourself on the back and to take a moment to reassess, regroup, reiterate how far you've come and what you've actually gone through, what you've been through. It's time to recalculate. It's time to, perhaps take out a pen and a paper and think back to yourself. Where were you a year ago? Where were you 2 years ago? What happened in the last 2 years? What happened in the last 4 years? What happened in the last 8 years? And for some of you, what happened in the last 12 years? Right? There's a lot here. Someone watching is actually 84 and they're actually saying, try 84 years. So, for all of you watching that have been on a journey, that have been, struggling and so courageous, and, you somehow always found that extra little bit just to take that next step, right? For those of you watching and this message is resonating for you, I ask that you kindly, with love, take out a pen and paper or sit in silence and just revisit what you've been through and recognize that not everybody and almost no one can do what you did. No one can go through what you've been through. And for this, we honor you. Really and truly, we honor you. Because this grit, this courage, this strength is what the world needs. We all need to find this in the midst of chaos, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of heartaches, in the midst of everything and anything that this world is currently experiencing. We need to find our strength, to find our grit, to find our courage from within. It's not outside of us, it's inside of us, and it's to find it within each and every one of us so that we can take this world and move it beyond the highest mountain, so that we can overcome all things, as all things are possible with God at our center. Sorry, someone really needed to hear that message, and I'm also being called to pick a God's Word card. So, let's see here. Someone watching, your name might be Matthew. Shout out to Matthew if you're here. So this one says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11, verse 28. This is what I'm talking about. It is time to rest. It is time to put down your guards. It is time to put down your swords. It is time to see how far you've come. Take a stop and look behind you and look at those steps behind you and be like, wow. Because you've been pushing forward and pushing through and pushing forward and pushing through, that you haven't taken any time to actually recognize what you have actually been through, what you've conquered, what you've mastered. And that's what these two cards are saying. The Strength card with the Four of Swords. It's time to rest, but not without recognizing who you are and what you came here for. On the back is the prayer. And the prayer says, okay, focus. That's what twins are for. The prayer says, "O God of all comfort, bring quietness and calm to hearts worried about what the day may bring." For some of you, this was your day every day. This was, your life was very volatile, up and down, every second, from moment to moment. There was constant change, there was constant chaos, there was constant ups and downs, and it's like you never got a break. And this is your break. This is your break to take it all and surrender it all to God. Give it all to God. You've done what you can do. Now it's time to stop and rest. It's time to do you. It's time to fill up your cup. It's time to give to you what you have poured onto others. It's time for you to receive. O God of all comfort, bring quietness and calm to hearts worried about what the day may bring. And so ask for quietness and calm, because that's what you deserve. So beautiful. We got another twinning message here for you today. So my twin got the Four of Swords, okay? And at the bottom of my deck is the Four of Swords, okay? And as you can see, you know, the picture says it all. A picture's worth 1,000 words. You know, this is the rest. This is the rest that is mentioned here. Okay. And this is the comfort, quietness, and calm. You know, these cards show comfort, quietness, and calm. Okay. Did you get the Four of Swords also? Yes, that's what I'm... Oh, that's the one. Yeah, sorry. Hello. Sorry, I'm just resting. All right, so... Right, she's just comforting and comfortable and resting, okay? So this card here is the epitome, right, of quietness and calm. So to surrender and give it to God, okay? So this was a double message, this Four of Swords, all right? Now, in addition to what my sister was mentioning, you know, I started off the reading by saying, before any cards came out, I was picking up on this conflict, okay? This conflict and this battle where, you know, you're one way and everyone else is another way, okay? And you're righteous and then there's the unrighteous, okay? You're just and then there's unjust, right? So there's this battle, right? And for some of you, you've been in a spiritual battle or in spiritual warfare or in just a difficult situation, okay? And it's been this, like, you know, head-butting. It also feels as though you've always had to defend yourself. You've always had to protect yourself. Now, some of you could be on a Pisces and Aries cusp, okay? You don't have to be. But, you know, we were getting the same message for Pisces where you're always on guard, you know, you always have to have your guards up. You always have to, you know, defend yourself or protect yourself, right? And I want you to know, sometimes it's just easier to know that you're protected. That you just are protected, that you're God's child, you're God's chosen one, and you are protected, okay? So, you know, for some of you, you're moving on from this hardship, okay? You're moving on from this. This is behind you. Some of you, it just happened where you just got this download or this message or this feeling upon your heart that says, okay, I've done what I can. It's time for me to move on. I got to surrender this to God, as my twin mentioned. There's this feeling that overcame you that says, enough, I can't do anymore. Okay, and so now you're moving on from this, or you're just surrendering it and giving it to God. Okay, now I want to say you received, for some of you, there could be a move. Okay, so you could be moving on from this or walking away from it, or you could be moving. All right, you could even just be moving towards peace. This peace, this understanding that there's nothing else I can do, I have to surrender this to God, okay? So you're not worrying about this anymore the way you were in the past because you're surrendering it to God. So I want to say that for those of you that it feels like you're taking time away from this, time out, you're loving yourself the way you loved others, you're giving yourself rest the way that you helped comfort and bring rest to others. You know, for you doing that right now, you're receiving the Sun and the Page of Pentacles. And, you know, this is a representation of happier days for you, brighter days for you. There are opportunities coming in for you, Aries. For some of you, you're wanting to learn something new. You're wanting to study something new. You're wanting to create. Okay, some of you might be wanting to go back to school and change your career. Others of you might want to be dabbling into a hobby. Others of you might want to take a hobby that you currently already have and maybe make it into a business. Some of you want to be a content creator, working for yourself, doing something that makes you happier. There is happiness and joy returning back to you when you take your energy and you bring it back towards yourself, okay? So some of you, part of your soul is in someone else's karma, okay, in someone else's life, and you're being asked to take your soul back and say, no, this is me, this is who I am. I did what I could in this situation. I did it wholeheartedly and open-heartedly, but now I take that energy, I bring it back to myself, and I love myself enough to relax, to rest, to take a time out, to take a pause from this, to move on from this, to just let it go, just for a period of time or for a long period of time or forever, whatever this means for you. But it's time for you to do you. You deserve this, and it doesn't make you selfish. You did more for others than what others have ever done for you in a lifetime. Or you might have done more for one person in particular than what the whole world has done for you. So just know that the wheels are turning. There is a recalibration though that you are going through. And during this recalibration, you are being asked to rest. Mm-hmm. Rest, rest, rest. Put your sword down, rest, relax. Now is your time. So give yourself permission to rest and relax. Yeah, and you're done with this battle anyways. You're done with the struggle. You can't do it anymore. You gave it all you got. You gave it your grit, your strength, your willpower, your perseverance, your determination, and now surrender it to God and let God take over. So Aries, that is your reading. We hope you enjoyed your reading as much as we enjoyed delivering it to you. Thank you for stopping by and checking us out and subscribing to Twin Oracles. We appreciate all the likes. We appreciate all the shares. Thank you for commenting down below and letting us know how this video resonated with you. Until the next time, we love you so much, Aries. All the best. Bye for now.